So Oleksandr Usyk beats Anthony Joshua by split decision. Oleksandr Usyk beats Anthony Joshua by split decision. This fight, it was a very interesting fight. Make sure you guys like the video, share the video, drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me see what you guys thought about this fight. Like I said, Oleksandr Usyk won, beats Anthony Joshua by split decision. Very interesting fight. For my opinion, I feel like Anthony Joshua did do a lot better than he did in the second fight. He did try his best, especially pretty much his game plan was to go to Usyk's body, even in round nine, going to Usyk's body and putting Usyk in all kinds of trouble in round nine. And to be honest, I feel like he was quite successful, that game plan, obviously without actually being able to win the fight, but he was able to slow Usyk down a bit more. I felt Usyk's movement was still pretty good, but I feel like it wasn't as good as it was consistently as Usyk was in the second fight, mainly probably due to the body shots and obviously the effect that has on oneself. But pretty much going from round one, you could see Joshua was throwing a bit more punches. Usyk was pretty much trying to do what he did last time in terms of like bobbing and weaving, bending at the waist, changing angles, countering, throwing those punches in bunches in order to, captivate the judges to think that obviously that he's dominating around. And that's what, Usyk was pretty much trying to do from the early going. Obviously, AJ, from viewing it, you will think that he's starting a bit slower, but the body attack, you can see Usyk didn't like the shots to the body. I can't remember which round it was, but there was a round where the body shot looked very borderline. Because to be honest, I thought AJ hit Usyk downstairs, but when they showed the replay, I was like, it is borderline. So that obviously showed and probably gave AJ encouragement. Like, raw, this guy don't like body shots. If I can hit this guy to the body, that can give me opportunity upstairs. And the fight pretty much went on. Usyk was trying to do what he was normally doing. AJ was, trying to bide his time and walk Usyk down on the front foot, which he did have success on for pretty much the majority of the fight. He was pushing Usyk back and he was trying to apply that pressure. He did, like I said, he did let his hands go a lot more than he did in the second fight. But pretty much the crucial parts of the fight were in round nine, where where I believe on one of the scorecards, obviously the fight did end 115 on 115, 113 on one scorecard for AJ, 115, 113 on one scorecard for Usyk, and then 116, 112 on the British scorecard, the British judge, for Oleksandr Usyk. The fight was relatively close. I can't remember the scorecards top of my head. I have seen it, but I think one of the judges had it level in like after round nine, when AJ had that assault. Where AJ seemed to have lost the fight on the scorecard was pretty much from round 10 to round 12, the championship rounds, the main crucial championship rounds, where Usyk, after being in trouble in the ninth round, he pretty much took it to Anthony Joshua. He didn't want to leave it unclear to the judges that he's the one running this fight. He's the one dominating this fight. And as we've seen with Anthony Joshua, he does sometimes take time to recover when he does really let the hands go and really quote unquote empty the tank. And that was pretty much on display. Joshua was tired. Usyk knew that there was there was shots that Usyk was landing that there was literally no response from Anthony Joshua. It was pretty much just Usyk landed pretty much at will, and he didn't wasn't able to knock AJ out. But he's obviously winning on the scorecards. He's obviously winning on the scorecards. So pretty much went to round 11. At round 11, I felt like, was Usyk gonna knock AJ out here? And then it went to round 12, and then obviously split decision. One of the judges did give, American judge of the fight gave Joshua the benefit of the doubt, giving him a 115, 113, which on my scorecard, it was 115, 113 to AJ, but it's a close fight, man. If someone thinks that AJ won the fight, maybe they're being very generous with the rounds and, giving it to him. I get, like I said, a 115, 113 was my scorecard for Oleksandr Usyk. So Oleksandr Usyk goes on, wins the fight. AJ did do better than he did in the first fight. He let his hands go a bit more. He pressed Usyk a bit more. He had a round of success in the ninth round, where I thought that, is he going to be able to maybe get Usyk out of here? Because Usyk was pretty much in survival mode. The body shots, and then Joshua was trying to unload 1-2-3 combination, but Usyk did try it well in trying tucking up. He did try to do well in tucking up and using that movement to try and not make himself a standing target, because the worst thing you can do is sit on the ropes, be a standing target for AJ. Probably going to find yourself snoozing on the canvas, or the referee just going to jump in and stop it. So, I feel like overall it was a good fight. Joshua fight Usyk, a very good technical boxer, and I did feel like if Joshua was going to win this fight, it had to be by knockout. But Joshua could have won this fight. I just feel like from the 10th round to the 12th round, he lost it from there. He wasn't able to dominate those rounds. One of the judges, I believe the American judge, gave AJ the 12th round. The other three judges gave Usyk round 10, round 11, round 12. Now, if AJ was able to, maybe still have more in the tank to try and make those rounds look a bit more ambiguous, maybe he could have got the benefit of the doubt on some of the scorecards, and maybe he could have, maybe even if it's got a draw, obviously it's not a win, or maybe he could have got benefit of the doubt and maybe won 2 out of those 3 rounds. Who knows? And then he's won the fight. But very, Usyk, he done good. He had to go to the trenches. He came back in that round 10 and said he put his foot down on the gas. Did Usyk, like the guy he's got talent, man. You don't go to cruiserweight division, become undisputed cruiserweight champion for no reason. Like, you've obviously got talent, you've got ability, Olympic gold medalist. The guy is elite, man. Oleksandr Usyk is elite, and his heavyweight boxing, 2 elite great fighters. Somebody's gonna have to lose. But unfortunately, AJ wasn't able to get the job done, and Usyk got the job done on his side. So hats off to both men. Great performance. Drop your comments in the comment section below. What do you guys think about this fight? I feel like the next fight, Tyson Fury was watching the fight. He's talking about, he's pretty much insinuating that he's gonna come back. Wants to come and fight Usyk. If Fury come back and fight, it's a very be an interesting fight. Fury, a very naturally big man, a bit more nimble, and definitely has a better gas tank than Anthony Joshua does. He'll definitely be able to go to trenches with someone like Tyson Fury, and go to trenches with someone like Usyk. And for me, I don't know, obviously, how Usyk Fury is going to be after, obviously, the grueling trilogy with Deontay Wilder. But we know Tyson Fury's got a good powers of recovery, and the chances of maybe Tyson Fury getting knocked out, general consensus would be like Usyk ain't knocking out Tyson Fury. But probably I see that fight, if they do fight, going to 12 rounds. It's just a matter of who outboxed who, and if Tyson Fury can manhandle Usyk, which is very difficult to do because the guy is not a standing target to go on there and manhandle. Might go there taking countering shots. They ain't knocking you out, but Usyk might be able to nick these rounds, or will Tyson Fury just go in there and big man Usyk as well? And if Tyson Fury does retire for any reason, doesn't come back because he's, whatever, Deontay Wilder, is he going to fight for a vacant WBC? Then all of a sudden you've got Usyk versus Deontay Wilder. That's another thing as well. That could be interesting. But let's say hypothetically Usyk does continue and Fury does come back to fight Usyk. Deontay Wilder's was putting on Twitter, or was it Instagram, talking about that A-Team AJ tried to use him as an insurance policy or something. Is he trying to insinuate that they tried to set up a fight with himself? We tried to set up a fight with Deontay Wilder. Maybe they're thinking in case AJ doesn't win, they have a massive fight lined up. I don't know. But that could be a very good fight in itself. Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. That would do that would do good numbers at in London, maybe at Wembley, or maybe if you fight Tottenham Hotspur Stadium again, or the Emirates, like wherever. Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder will do very good numbers. Someone's getting knocked out. Highlight reel settings. That's what that fight is all about. But hats off to Oleksandr Usyk. Retains the titles, picks up the Ring magazine as well after Tyson Fury lets go of that one. And just have to wait and see what happens with Usyk next and what happens with Anthony Joshua next. Be sure to like the video, share the video, drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me see what you guys thought about this fight. I will be replying to all the comments. And again, be sure to share the video and like the video. Cheers.